Cute Bow first up over for the team 1 versus against one of the many hunters over on the team 2. Survive Cutie. I like how they got a Cute Bow and Survive Cutie. Survive trying to see if he can go for a massive setup with Coordinated Assault. Harpoon back for Cute Bow though, as they just started massacring one another, trying to go for the most amount of damage. I didn't see any single death shock from so far, so nobody's really going in for like the biggest go out there. Double trigger for either one of them. Double trying to match one another. Disarm onto Cute Bow. Doesn't really matter. Actually goes in for that chest match. Disarm outwards. Which one is down on cooldown? It's going to be a turtle out of Survive right here. Not a great spot. Going to be a turtle out of Cute Bow instead. Onto that death shock. I'm trying to minimize the damage from that thing as best as you can. Trapping up the pet on Survive. Trying to go for a bit of damage of his own. Big burst right now. Kill shot. It looks like Survive maybe going down though, unless he can turn. Oh, no way. Do he live? Oh, he does go down though, man. The hunters just absolutely just going ham one another. That was incredible. I enjoyed that. Just so much dot damage, so much burst, the turn around. Well, into my jungle, not feeling all that good though. One thing you'll say about hunters though, and I think that'll always be true. They're squishy, going for a bit of a charge. Maybe a little bit too risky there with that charge, but does end up charging over it with a Coordinated Assault. I was going to say harpooning, but no. They actually got so many charge abilities between Harpoon, Coordinated Assault, and Spearhead. All of them just make you rush to the enemy target. It is nutty. Squiddle getting hit with a Rapid Fire. Doesn't even realize which direction it's coming from. Goes in for a disarm onto Rapid Fire at some point or another, and is trying to see if he can get the hell out of dodge. That shock still spinning on him, so he didn't miss, giving him a little bit of survivability. Does not want to go to the right or to the left. There's a volley, kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Does have a port out in order to escape it. Rapid Fire does end up burning the human racial in order to get out of that stun. But for Squiddle, just trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. That was a hell of an opener. The Rapid Fire just didn't have enough either mobility or damage or a follow-up in order to potentially score a kill. Trying to see if he can maybe claw back that victory, but it's Offensive Fury locking him down, Turtle Shell, just to get him some stabilized a little bit. Together with Exhilaration, has himself Survival of the Fittest and Fortitude of the Bear by the looks of it, right? Is that what that is? The blue glow? I think it is. Gonna be Squiddle trying to see if he can reposition, using the pillars as cover to make sure he has himself a little bit of a way to avoid the barrages from the hunters. That's gonna be a little bit of CC out of Rapid Fire, dropping down traps, trying to make sure he got himself a bit of a safe spot. And Squiddle trying to be super careful. Lexium does reach, but Offensive Fury does reach though. It is able to connect. Gonna be a cloak for Rapid, may not be in a great spot. Feign death, and then just gonna go for a full-on reset. The fact that he doesn't play with a pet gets him an opportunity to almost vanish out of sight from this guy. I love that kind of a play. Normally you play with a pet to give yourself like pet sack, but you could always just bypass the pet, 10% more damage. It's a little bit more firepower, but also allows you that easy, quick escape as long as you can get yourself a Feign death camo and then walk out of there without taking damage. It is awesome. For Rapid Fire, he got himself a good reset, needed it. He doesn't have a trinket. Trying to see if he can get himself a setup. Sniper shot. Squiddle at this point should be expecting it's coming out from behind him. Big chunky hit from the bat. That's going to be a death tracker, but after trying to see if he can reposition. There's no explosive shot to follow, but that death tracker is still doing a number. Squiddle trying to make sure he doesn't get stunned up. A Rapid Fire and full burst is available. Rapid Fire needs to have himself a proper go right now. Squiddle, as long as he's moving, he can't really go for a healing. So for Rapid Fire, maybe using mobility is the play. Place it as a skill trap to make sure Squiddle can't really go anywhere. So at least maybe some kind of a lineup. Explosive, Rapid, does a nutty chunk of damage. He can really break into the health bar, but does he have the finishing power is my question. Big defenses. Squiddle tried to go for a Lexium. Rapid Fire did not have any abilities to follow up afterwards. And as long as Squiddle chills behind the pillar, Rapid Fire really needs to be running the Owl. I feel like Sentinel Owl would have been super helpful, because then he could just avoid giving Squiddle the opportunity to stay behind the pillar, right? If Squiddle wants to be there, Rapid Fire wants to stay safe, throw the Owl around the corner, get some damage, force the Squiddle away from the pillar, and would allow Rapid Fire to at least have the Monk out in the open. Does not give him any hiding opportunity. Mad damage on the Squiddle though, as he picked up quite a bit of damage. Whirly Dragon Punch, we never see that one ever. So right up and running. There's going to be a stun, knockback to follow him into a trinket out of the freezing trap. Karma right after Rapid Fire, not in a great spot. I don't think there's much he can do. Death struck him already, rolling him over, and that Karma damage is going to reverse everything left. Torvus up next, trying to see if he can have himself a proper go. Squiddle using mobility to dip in and out, doesn't have any ports available, and as long as Torvus can lock him down, no trinket available for Squiddle. He is an Auric, not going to be able to set a stun for too long. But if Torvus has himself a big enough setup, I mean, it's a Crusade. You're just gonna steamroll just about every class out there. There's no way to survive it unless you got an absolute immunity. Squirtle does have a lot of defenses. Incap does not last long at all, though. I'm not even sure how that broke. Torvus not even gonna go for Crusade. Still doing quite a number of damage to the guy, but not even a full-on big burst. Maybe trying to see if we can save that for the next guy. Unless you can get Squirtle super low, start Crusade, finish Squirtle, take the momentum of the Crusade into the next competitor reliably. I think it will be in a great spot right now. Squirtle just trying to use the zonal ring of peace, ring of boopity bop, just to boop the guy out of the way if you can. As Torvus is blasted about, still unable, unless you got just a pure proper line of sight. Yeah, being like in range of Torvus isn't gonna help ya. It basically doesn't really have like a melee range. It's not a melee. It really isn't. Lexup, Squirtle does get himself a little bit of a setup stun. Torvus does not commit a Crusade at all. He's just saving it for later. Fist of Fury, that's quite a bit of damage. That's going to be Shield of Vengeance out for the Paladin. Squirtle does have some defense going back up. No Karma for a bit. Torvus disarmed for a moment. Still does not use Crusade at all. That Squirtle completely tanked up. The blind is going to wear off. That was a little bit of an unfortunate kick. That's gonna be Squirtle with a massive hammer hanging over the man's head. One more hammer is all he needs. Oh my god, Torvus didn't even have to burn his cooldowns at all. He has them saved for Rosie now, and Rosie opening up with a big explosive go. Deathshock him. You may be looking at a bubble. Lay on hands instead. If Rosie can turn up the heat now. The guy's stunned up. Can't really go anywhere. He does himself Crusade. Unless he can find himself recovery. Rosie needs to go in and finish it. There's a big debuff of forbearance that's gonna deny Torvus that immunity. And if you can get him low enough, a fatty kill shot could just end it. Big hammer hanging over Rosie's head, trying to see if he can fight tooth and nail. That's gonna be a cloak procking. I don't know if the hammer does anything. Is the hammer gonna do stuff? I'm gonna wait for animation. Demoniac that walks in right into a freezing trap. Rosie placed it perfectly, but a secret technique may be enough to finish him off either way. The Rosie tried to see if he can live this. Turtle Shell is available, so at least can deny death. But are you delaying the inevitable, or are you trying to see if you can claw back some victory? That is the question. Tar Trap down. Demoniac is fast on a draw without mobility. Does not want to let Rosie go anyway. If you can catch up a camo, you may be okay. Bonding Shot does try to avoid it. Feign death for Rosie for just a second. Disarm onto Demoniac. Just needs a couple of hits. I think it's just over, right? Just needs to throw a couple shuriken at you. Freeze Trap. Hold on. Rosie, can you get out of combat? If you get out of combat, you actually have stand a chance. Do you get a camo? You do. Does he AoE you out? He's on you. Hold on. He does see the pet. I don't even know how you found your pet. It's over. It's over. I honestly thought the Hunter was going to get away. I thought that was it. He's out. Lucky is going to be up next, trying to see if he can get the guy out. Does get the lucky Phantom Knives with a Kinder Shot to follow up with Demoniac. As long as you get something big opener, Demoniac does not have a trinket. There goes his cloak. He's limited what he can do. Cheat Death may not even help you. Like, normally as a rogue, you kind of hope that Cheat Death is going to be good for you. But we're seeing plenty of times on 5v5 Duels where they where cheat deaths just do nothing for you. It's like it's a bit of RNG. You can't even trust it. Mad go. Demoniac, is it gonna be cheat death? Cloak. Lucky does have a cheat death that is gonna keep him alive barely. Stunned Demoniac, no trinket available for the Orc Rogue. Maybe goes down. No, Lucky does not keep finishing up with more Shadow Strikes, and the Viscer's Demoniac needs to catch a reset. Probably has a rupture on him, and Lucky's right next to the guy. No rupture. Kidney. Shortest kidney of my life. Get it turned around. This is where Demoniac needs to find a way to kill. He does have a charge to dance. Is going to burn it. Trying to see if he can do maybe just enough damage. Cheap shots are doing stuff, but a gouge just Lucky have a reset. Could go for a vanish right now. May just want to go for it. Hold on. May just want to go for it. Hold on a second. Does go for a vanish, but a gouge immediately to get him out. Shadow Strike right after. Sipping up for Demoniac. Get a shot to follow his secret technique. Strike inside of it. Trying to see if he can take Lucky down. Does take him with a cheat death procking. This man needs an escape. No. High heels not gonna let him out of the side, dude. You see a rogue as a priest. Normally rogues win those matchups, but as soon as you get the execute, dude, as soon as you get yourself a chance. Demoniac did fantastic though. I mean, it really came down to literally percentages of health, and the guy just kept it cool and collected. Man, I feel like the other rogue Lucky actually probably had a chance.